Bitcoin broke here on the 1 hourly chart to the downside. We have also talked about the liquidations because as the move is going to the downside, we built now a lot of liquidity here to the upside. But there's also the daily chart, which is looking very ugly to us. And today also there will come PCE data. So there will be a lot of volatility here in the market. So definitely stick around and let's directly start here with our 1 hourly chart into the downside. Especially yesterday we talking about when we are putting here now our indicators in. We see we broke here our 50 moving average to the downside, which is exactly the same level on our rising wedge. The target of the rising wedge is here, the ground here around 108,900 US. So I expect here also on Bitcoin a little bit more move here to the downside, especially fill here this week here to the downside like $1,000, a little bit like $1,000 lower. But at least there we definitely have to get some support in. If we are not able to get here some support, we also see it here on the 4 hourly chart that if we are not getting supported over here, the next big support area would be here the 800 EMA, so it's kind of around 108,000 US. But if 108,000 US is not holding here on the 4 hourly chart, expect here definitely one more move here to the downside in direction of the 200 moving average on the daily base. This looks very, very ugly for us if we're getting here down here, which gave us also for Bitcoin a more move to the downside, like 5 to 6% more to the downside, because then also we have all EMAs in top of us, which is not the bullish sign here for Bitcoin, especially when we're going here to the daily chart. As we mentioned yesterday here in the daily chart, we are on a clear downtrend here on Bitcoin since the all-time high. We are respecting here kind of like this level here. As our resistance line. Even also our 50 moving average is giving us now resistance here on the upper side. Even there's coming a vector candle here on the daily chart. Even you see the daily candle here, it's absolutely ugly red candle here. The only thing what's keep us making a little bit more bullish if this candle turns into a red vector candle and at least closing not down below at 109,000 US. So this is very important. But even also there we just catched here down below all the liquidity what was building up before. So we can go here to the liquidation heat map. Let's go here to the 24-hourly chart. There you can see we grabbed all the liquidity here down below at 110,000 US. I gave today an update in our Telegram channel exactly about this. If we are losing here the 110,000 US, expect a move way lower in direction of 108,000 US. So if you're not part of the Telegram group yet, just go in the video description down below. There I share all my information, especially when I'm outside or on traveling. So you will even also get an update if I'm not recording a video. But as we saw this massive move here now on the morning here to the downside, when we're looking on the liquidation on the 12-hourly chart, we see that we're building a lot of liquidity also here in top of us at 112,000 US. And this is basically also what we have to see. The price moving in the direction, find here some proper support, especially here on the 50-minute chart. We have definitely find here some support, something building like sideways move here on Bitcoin, finding supported here, but at least we have to find here some support and not breaking here this low at 108,400 US, because if you are breaking this low, expect definitely here the range about 105 to 103,000 US to be retested, because even also there is some liquidity sitting. If you're going here to the 2-weekly chart, we can see this super clearly that we have also some liquidity sitting here down below at 108 and even also lower at 106,000 US. But as you can also see, a lot of liquidity is sitting at 120,000 US. So what does it mean for us? At least if soon we are breaking here in the direction of 114,000 US, it could get very, very quick to see here a massive short squeeze move to the upside. So something like a candle like this. I mean, this was a news-driven candle, but expect also if you're breaking 114,300 US to the upside, a quick flush move to the upside. One scenario, we are flipping very, very quickly again into our 50 moving average to the upside, finding some support and then moving into 114,000 US and starting the short squeeze to the upside. But the other scenario is, as I pointed out, we are breaking here this low here at 108,300 US and trading in direction of 103,000 US. At least there we definitely have to find is ASAP a support level down below there. This is also the next level. I will open a new swing position. I open all my Bitcoin position on Bitunix, so just go in the video description. There you'll find also the link to Bitunix. There I have also a special campaign running right now, so you get 20% deposit bonus. You can just use it for trading. So if you just deposit like $100, you get $20 back in trading bonus. And it's even also possible if you deposit $2,000, you get $400 what you can use for trading. So you get here risk-free money. You can just trade with the money, withdraw the profits, and make, building here the next long position here on Bitcoin. Would I enter right now a position on Bitcoin? Then we can enter on the 5-minute chart a long position, but keep your stop loss very, very tight, because as soon we are losing here $108,500, expect a massive move here, even also to the downside. And this massive move can be also very volatility and even also like just a liquidation work before we then get here back in our trading range right now. So something like this directly to the upside. Just grab the liquidity, what is left down below there, and then shooting like a V-shaped recovery to the upside. There's also some datas coming in. PCE datas are coming today on 4:30 p.m. in the US time. So definitely expect also here some more volatility when the data is coming out. Also, it's the last day of the traditional market in this week. So even also I expect here when the US marketing will open a little bit more volatility to the upside. Yesterday we closed our Bitcoin position, $113,300, kind of like exactly the top we're getting here down over there, because I was expecting something like this, that we are not able to break here into higher tutorials, because also on the daily chart, the 50 moving average was holding us down. So this was the reason why I closed my Bitcoin position. We open it kind of like around here in this level where we get this supported area down below here. Trade this move here to the upside. So just like a small scalp trade we're doing here. So I expect also something like the same. If we are getting here now finally a little bit more support, we can open also like a quick scalp position, but keep in mind to move your stop loss directly if you get in profit into break even to protect your risk. And this is exactly what I'm doing also here. If you want to know exactly my strategy, just keep a comment down below in the video description. I will try to upload a video in the next couple of days exactly about my strategy, how to use my strategy, with especially finding the perfect entry here for the new long position. So subscribe also for the channel so you will not miss out when the video get published. As in the beginning of the video, I told you this chart looks super ugly to us. The daily chart of Bitcoin, and here we see the clear downwards trend to the downside. The next supported area, as we discussed it in the video already, is here $103,000. The 200 moving average here on the daily chart, and we can also very clearly that the 50 moving average is here turning more and more into our resistance. So it could be very, very hard to also flip the 50 moving average to the upside. The only good part of it, if you're moving a little bit more down, also the 50 moving average came a little bit more down. So it would be more likely that we flip the 50 moving average in the next couple of times and just see like a small fake out what we saw in here right now over there. But as long we are trading under the 50 moving average, the direction is here clear to the downside. When we have then also a look on the altcoins, we see the altcoin was hammering down. So even also here, altcoins moving like crazy to the downside, get the proper correction also here. But this gives us the perfect moment to enter in a new position also on the altcoins. So when Bitcoin is finding their bottom, we can definitely position here in some altcoins. So tomorrow in the next video, we will talk a little bit more. But first of all, we have to wait until Bitcoin is here finding some support over the weekend. The only thing what I want to talk about is about Ethereum. And we see also here on the daily chart on Ethereum is here also went even more down. But as we can see here, the 50 moving average is holding us to the upside. So we are a little bit far away of our 50 moving average. So Ethereum is performing here way, way better than Bitcoin. Expect here also the 50 moving average is a little bit more going here to the upside. And at one time we test the 50 moving average to the upside. This is the moment where should definitely go in the next Ethereum long position. Even when we're going here on the 1 hourly chart to see in the lower time frames, the 50 moving average is here trading about $4,000. So this is also a next long position we can do here on Ethereum. I will choose here also our long entry bar here for Ethereum. So the next long entry for Ethereum will be here around 4,000 to $3,900, retesting the 50 moving average here on the daily chart, because also on the 1 hourly chart we flipped now our EMA here to the downside, but also on the 1 hourly chart we flipped now the 50 moving average here to the downside, which gave us more room to the downside. So at least we're finding some support here at the 800 moving average around $4,200. This is the moment where you can enter in a new long position on Ethereum. Would be like a more risky one. The more safer one would be definitely around the 50 moving average here on the daily chart. So kind of like around $4,000. I would definitely put some limit orders there. And when we can see, it's not that crazy fast, just 8% more to the downside, especially if you saw today an upside move here of 4% to the downside. 8% move to the downside, testing our 50 moving average on the daily chart, is something we definitely have to keep in mind. We have also saw it many times before, even also here in on Monday we saw also a correction of Ethereum at like kind of 8% to the downside. So this is also what we can expect here. Maybe in a couple of next hours or the next couple of days to test here also the 50 moving average here on a daily chart. Even also the altcoins saw some correction here to the downside, which gave us a perfect opportunity to get here in the next new long position. But keep in mind, wait until we get here some support here on Bitcoin. If you lose here the $108,000 level, expect a one more move here on Bitcoin to the downside. If you don't know where you can just position yourself, just go in the video description there, find a link directly to BitUnix. I make a huge deep tutorial about how to use trading on BitUnix, so even also check out the link in the video description. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see in the next update video tomorrow, hopefully with more green candles on the charts.